Billie Eilish, the whisper-voiced wunderkind who redefined pop with her brooding introspection, is riding a wave of success that feels both inevitable and profoundly earned. At 23, she's already a two-time Oscar winner, a Grammy darling, and a cultural icon whose influence spans fashion, mental health advocacy, and sonic innovation. But it's her latest milestone, the double Grammy nomination for her haunting single Wildflower, that has her pausing amid the whirlwind to express a raw, unfiltered gratitude. In a world where accolades can blur into white noise, Eilish's reaction cuts through, a reminder of the human heart beating beneath the hype. Wildflower, the standout track from her third studio album Hit Me Hard and Soft released in the spring of 2024, is a folk-pop gem that distills the complexities of emotion into something achingly universal. Nominated for both Song of the Year and Record of the Year at the 68th Annual Grammy Awards, the song has struck a chord with listeners worldwide, amassing over 1.64 billion streams on Spotify alone and surpassing 2.3 billion across platforms. It's no small feat in an era of fleeting virality, where TikTok snippets often eclipse full-bodied artistry. For Eilish, though, the numbers are secondary, it's the connection that counts. Moments after the nominations dropped on a brisk Friday morning, Eilish turned to Instagram, her digital sanctuary, to share the news. Her caption was a torrent of emotion: Song of the Year and Record of the Year for Wildflower, series of crying emoji, thank you at Recording Academy, feeling so grateful. The post was quintessential Billie, minimalist yet maximal in feeling, the emoji standing in for the tears she rarely sheds in public. Accompanying the words was a striking blue-hued image. Eilish on stage, arms outstretched like a modern-day prophet, absorbing the adulation of a sea of fans. Overlaid text highlighted the prestigious categories, a visual trophy case that amplified the surrealness of the moment. The response was immediate and overwhelming. Fans, fellow artists, and industry titans flooded the comments with messages of support, turning the thread into a virtual embrace. "You've earned every bit of this," wrote one devotee, while Halsey chimed in with, "Wildflower wrecked me in the best way. So proud." Even casual observers, drawn by the gravitational pull of Eilish's orbit, added their voices, wishing her luck for the February 2026 ceremony. It's this communal joy that Eilish cherishes most. Her career has always been a dialogue with her audience, from the bedroom demos of When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go?, to the arena anthems of today. At the song's core is a collaboration as intimate as family. Eilish penned Wildflower, alongside her brother and producer Phineas O'Connell, the 28-year-old sonic architect who's been her shadow collaborator since their garage days. Known simply as Phineas in the industry, he's not just a co-creator but a co-conspirator in vulnerability. Their partnership is the stuff of legend, two siblings turning late-night talks into chart toppers, challenging pop norms with genre-bending experimentation. Wildflower exemplifies this alchemy, a track that unfurls like a confession, its acoustic guitar and ethereal vocals wrapping around lyrics that probe guilt, anxiety, insecurity, and the stubborn grip of denial. The song's themes are deeply personal, drawn from Eilish's own navigations through fame's labyrinth. Lines like, "I'm a wildflower wilting in the shade of your shadow," evoke the push-pull of relationships, romantic, platonic, or self-inflicted, where growth clashes with doubt. It's a narrative arc that mirrors Eilish's public evolution, from the teen phenom grappling with body image and industry pressures to the assured artist advocating for therapy and sustainability. In interviews, she's spoken candidly about the song's genesis: a rainy afternoon in Phineas's studio, where a half-formed melody bloomed into a meditation on emotional fragility. "It's about pretending you're okay when you're not," she once said. "That denial that keeps you going until it doesn't." The album Hit Me Hard and Soft, from which Wildflower springs, was a triumphant return. Dropped after a deliberate hiatus, it showcased Eilish's maturation, bolder production, jazz-inflected flourishes, and lyrics that traded teen angst for adult reckoning. Critics hailed it as her most cohesive work yet, a sonic diary that balanced melancholy with moments of defiant joy. Tracks like Lunch and The Diner bookend Wildflower, creating a triptych of self-discovery. The album's rollout was vintage Eilish, eco-friendly vinyl, interactive fan experiences, and a tour that prioritized intimacy over spectacle, with seating for fans in recovery. These nominations aren't Eilish's first dance with the Grammys. She swept the board before, becoming the youngest to win all 4 major categories in 2020. But there's a different flavor to this recognition, a quiet affirmation after years of evolution. Post Happier Than Ever, Eilish faced scrutiny, Was she growing too commercial? Too pop? Wildflower silences those doubts, its stripped-back beauty proving her versatility. The Recording Academy's nod feels like validation not just for the song, but for the path she's forged, one that prioritizes mental health over metrics, authenticity over algorithms. Gratitude for Eilish isn't performative, it's foundational. In her Instagram post, the tears of joy emojis belied a deeper well of emotion, one she's channeled into causes like mental health reform and climate action. She's donated proceeds from Wildflower streams to youth therapy initiatives, turning personal catharsis into collective healing. Phineas, ever the steady hand, echoed her sentiments in his own post. Making this with you is the dream I never knew I had. Their sibling dynamic, often romanticized, is grounded in mutual respect. Phineas's production wizardry elevating Eilish's poetry, her vision guiding his beats. As the Grammy buzz builds, Eilish remains grounded. She's teased new visuals for Wildflower, perhaps a short film exploring its themes through dance and dreamscapes. Her tour dates, extended into 2026, promise live renditions that will transform arenas into confessional spaces. Fans, already scripting victory speeches, see this as Eilish's coronation, not as pop's princess but its poet laureate. In expressing her gratitude, Eilish doesn't just thank the Academy, she thanks the journey, the breakdowns that birthed breakthroughs, the insecurities that fueled Wildflower. It's a masterclass in humility, reminding us that true success blooms from fertile soil of struggle. As February approaches, the world tunes in not just for the wins, but for the woman who makes us feel seen. Billie Eilish's Wildflower isn't wilting, it's flourishing, petals wide to the sun.